Introduction: The Maze of Change. Change is one of life's few certainties, yet it remains one of our greatest fears. In Who Moved My Cheese, Spencer Johnson tells a deceptively simple story that reveals how we react to change, and how our reactions can either trap us or set us free. The book isn't about cheese at all. It's about what the cheese represents: our jobs, our relationships, our success, our peace of mind, anything we hold dear and depend on for happiness. Johnson introduces us to four characters living in a maze: two mice named Sniff and Scurry, and two little people named Hem and Haw. The mice represent the instinctive, straightforward part of us, the side that doesn't overthink. Hem and Haw, on the other hand, symbolize our human tendency to analyze, rationalize, and cling to comfort. Together, their journey through the maze mirrors the choices we face every time life shifts beneath our feet. One day, the cheese they all rely on suddenly disappears. What happens next is a parable about adaptability. The mice quickly move on in search of new cheese. The little people, frozen by fear and denial, struggle to accept that things have changed. Through their reactions, Johnson captures a universal truth: those who embrace change thrive. Those who resist it stay trapped in yesterday. Across this summary, we'll unpack 5 timeless lessons from the story. Lessons about letting go, anticipating change, finding courage, and rediscovering success in unexpected places. The maze may look different for each of us, but the message is the same: life keeps moving the cheese. The question is, will you move with it? Chapter 1: The Comfort Trap, When Success Becomes a Cage. At the start of the story, we meet the 4 characters navigating their maze in search of cheese. For the 2 mice, Sniff and Scurry, life is simple. They don't waste time overthinking or questioning why things happen. They just keep moving. If one path doesn't lead to cheese, they turn around and try another. Their approach is instinctive, uncomplicated, and surprisingly effective. But the little people, Hem and Haw, are different. They use their intelligence to analyze, plan, and calculate every move. When they finally discover a large stash of delicious cheese at Cheese Station C, they feel triumphant, as if they've made it. This cheese becomes more than food. It represents success, security, and happiness. Over time, they stop exploring the maze. They grow comfortable, even proud of their achievement. The cheese feels permanent, something they deserve and can count on forever. And that's where the trap begins. Comfort turns into dependency. Instead of staying alert and adaptable, Hem and Haw start taking the cheese for granted. They stop noticing the small signs that the cheese supply is shrinking. Their once curious minds become complacent, and fear slowly replaces curiosity. In real life, our cheese might be a stable job, a successful business, or a relationship that once felt perfect. The moment we stop paying attention, the moment we believe our success will last forever, we risk getting trapped in our own comfort. Success can quietly become a cage if we forget that the world keeps moving. The lesson is simple yet powerful. What brings you comfort today might hold you back tomorrow if you cling too tightly. Chapter 2: The Vanishing Cheese, Facing the Reality of Change. One morning, Hem and Haw arrive at Cheese Station C expecting their usual feast, only to find the cheese completely gone. The shelves are empty. Their source of comfort has vanished overnight. The 2 little people freeze, unable to believe it. Hem shouts, blaming everyone but himself. Haw stands in silence, waiting for things to go back to normal. Meanwhile, the mice, Sniff and Scurry, have already accepted what happened. They notice the empty space, nod to each other, and immediately dash back into the maze to find new cheese. This moment captures the sharp difference between resistance and readiness. The mice didn't waste time asking why. They simply adapted because they always expected that change could happen. Hem and Haw, on the other hand, built their world around the idea that cheese would always be there. When it disappeared, they had no backup plan, no curiosity left, only fear and frustration. Change often comes without warning. A company restructures, technology shifts, or someone we rely on walks away. Like him and Ha, many of us cling to what we know, even when it's gone. We tell ourselves, this can't be happening, and stay frozen, hoping the past will return. But as Spencer Johnson reminds us, good situations never last forever. Success, comfort, and stability are temporary by nature. To survive and thrive, we must learn to read the signs of change before it arrives. Pay attention when things start to feel different. Keep exploring, even when life seems stable. Because the truth is simple, the cheese will always move. The only question is whether you'll be ready to move with it. Chapter 3. The Power of Imagination. Seeing the cheese before you find it. After days of denial, Ha grows restless. He starts to realize that waiting around won't bring the cheese back. But fear still holds him in place. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of looking foolish for trying something new. Hem refuses to leave, insisting the cheese will reappear if they just stay patient. Ha begins to see the truth. If he doesn't move, he'll starve alongside his fear. Before stepping back into the maze, Ha does something powerful. He closes his eyes and imagines himself finding new cheese. He pictures the taste, the smell, and the joy of discovering it. That mental image gives him courage. It shifts his focus from loss to possibility. With that vision in mind, he laughs at his own hesitation and finally takes the first step. As Ha moves through the maze, he writes little notes on the wall to remind himself, and perhaps anyone who follows, of what he's learning. What would you do if you weren't afraid? And when you move beyond your fear, you feel free. Each message marks a turning point, a moment when imagination overcomes paralysis. In real life, fear thrives in the unknown. When we visualize a goal, we give shape to the unknown. We replace uncertainty with a picture of hope. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders use this same principle. They see their success long before it becomes real. It's not magic, it's mindset. Ha's journey reminds us that the maze isn't meant to be feared. It's meant to be explored. The courage to move forward begins with seeing yourself on the other side. Picture your new cheese, and you'll find a strength to chase it. Chapter 4. The Courage to Move. Freedom lies beyond fear. Once Ha takes his first few steps into the empty corridors of the maze, he begins to feel something unexpected: freedom. At first, the uncertainty is terrifying. He doesn't know where to go, and the echo of his own footsteps feels lonely. But as he keeps moving, he starts to notice something new. The maze is alive with possibilities. Every corner, every tunnel could lead somewhere. Some paths end in dead ends. But instead of frustration, Ha now feels excitement. Each mistake teaches him something useful. He learns to laugh at his fears, realizing how much time he wasted waiting for the cheese to return. The farther he travels, the more confident he becomes. Meanwhile, Hem stays behind, paralyzed by pride and disbelief, a symbol of what happens when we choose comfort over growth. Ha eventually discovers small pieces of new cheese scattered through the maze. These little wins give him strength. They remind him that progress doesn't come all at once. It arrives piece by piece, step by step. On the wall, he writes another note. When you move in a new direction, you find new cheese. This is the essence of Johnson's message. Change isn't the enemy. Fear is. The moment you dare to move, you reclaim control. The maze outside your comfort zone might feel dangerous, but staying still is far riskier. Growth, opportunity, and discovery exist only on the other side of movement. Ha's courage transforms him. What began as loss becomes liberation. By letting go of the old cheese, he opens the door to a new life, one shaped not by fear, but by curiosity and action. And with every step forward, the maze feels less like a trap and more like an adventure. Chapter 5. Lessons from a Maze. Finding your own cheese. By the time Ha reaches a new cheese station, and he's no longer the same person who once trembled in fear. The new cheese tastes sweeter, not just because it's fresh, but because he earned it. He worked through confusion, loneliness, and self-doubt to get here. Most importantly, he learned that the maze is always changing, and that's okay. As he reflects on his journey, Ha realizes the maze is a metaphor for life itself. The cheese will keep moving, whether we're ready or not. Jobs change, people leave, technology evolves, economies shift, and the only true mistake is refusing to adapt. Ha decides to return to the old station one last time, hoping him might have found the courage to follow. He writes his final message on the wall: "Move with the cheese and enjoy it." It's a note of wisdom for anyone who feels stuck. Sniff and Scurry, the two mice, are already at the new station. They never wasted time mourning the old one. They simply kept searching. Their simplicity becomes their strength. Ha smiles as he joins them, grateful for what he's learned. Life rewards movement, not resistance. Spencer Johnson's parable closes with a simple but lasting truth. The faster you let go of old cheese, the sooner you'll find new cheese. Change is not to be feared, but embraced. Each shift in life is an invitation to grow, to explore, to reinvent yourself. So as you walk through your own maze, whether it's your career, your relationships, or your dreams, remember Ha's journey. Keep your running shoes handy. Stay curious. Watch for signs of change. And when your cheese moves, smile and move with it. Conclusion: the cheese always moves. Who moved my cheese? May sound like a simple story, but its lessons run deep. It's a reminder that life is a maze of constant motion. Change is not an interruption. It's the rhythm of life itself. Those who thrive aren't necessarily the smartest or the strongest. They're the ones who adapt the fastest. The story of Sniff, Scurry, Hem, and Ha teaches us a few timeless truths. Change is inevitable. The cheese will move, whether we like it or not. Denying it only keeps us stuck. Anticipate change. Keep your eyes open, and don't assume your comfort today will last forever. Adapt quickly. The sooner you let go of old habits and fears, the faster you'll find new opportunities. Enjoy the journey. The maze is where growth happens. Each twist and turn is a chance to learn something new about yourself. Keep moving. Action is the cure for fear. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence builds freedom. In the end, Spencer Johnson's message is clear. Don't cling to the old cheese. Keep exploring. Keep evolving. Because when you stop resisting change, you stop surviving and start living. So whatever cheese you're chasing, a dream, a goal, a new chapter in life, remember Ha's laughter echoing through the maze. Change isn't your enemy. It's your guide. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and keep moving toward your new cheese. Goodbye, and see you in the next book.